Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got these little boxes here with an animated background glow, and that's a really nice eye-catching feature to have on your site. It's pretty easy to do. To do this today, we're actually going to get a bit of code from CodePen. It's been supplied by George Hastings. Really easy to do, so let's get started. What I'll do is I'll add a new page and we'll start from scratch. I'll give it a name and use a Divi builder, obviously. I'm going to build from scratch, and for this today I'm going to put a row with 3 columns in it. Obviously put in whatever style row you want in yours, and I'm going to use a code module for this. There's a code module right there. Alright, well I'm going to leave that just like that. Let's go over to CodePen, and obviously I'll put this below the video, the link. And let's grab this bit of HTML first. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. I'm going to drop down because we've got to add some CSS now to style it, because obviously that doesn't look too exciting right there. And to do that we need to open and close some style tags, and that's a left pointy bracket, the word style, and a right pointy bracket. As soon as you put that right pointy bracket in, it'll put a closing tag in there. And a closing tag is exactly the same, just with a forward slash in front of the word there. And in between we can put our CSS. Okay, well here's our CSS, but it's in the form of SCSS. Now some of it we don't need because it's the background that they've got here, so we don't need the body. But from and mixin backlight we do need. So I'm going to copy it from there all the way down, Control C, and I'm going to convert it from SCSS to CSS with this, and I'll put this below the video also so you can get here if you need to. So I'm going to paste it into the left hand side, and it's popped it in as CSS on the right hand side. And I noticed they've used the word div there for their CSS. So as not to confuse any of the divs I've already got on the site, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it on the left hand side over here, and I'm going to change it to a class of my own. So let's put a dot for a class, and let's call it BG for background, BGG for background glow. Now I'm going to hit this SCSS to CSS, and it'll change it on this side for us. There we go. So now we can copy this, either right click copy, or they've got a copy and paste up here. We can go back to our Divi over here and paste it between our style tags here, and as you'll notice nothing has happened, and that's because we've changed this class name to BGG right here. So we need to give our div that class name. So just after div right there, give it a little space, the word class equals, a couple of inverted commas, and then we need to call it BGG. And when I do this, you should see everything change on the left hand side over there. There we go. And we've got our little glowing background, but we've got to modify this code a little bit more. A few things we don't need. Don't need the position relative or the width or the height, and the line height, which is dictating how high it is, we want to change that as well. So I'll take those first 3 away, simply select them and delete them. That's more like it, and we don't want it quite as long as that. I'm going to do mine in pixels rather than viewable width or VW, which they've got there. So I'm going to say just 300 pixels. Obviously you put in whatever works for you. Great. And it looks like our background gradient offset there is too far down. So let's have a look at the BGG after, which is that gradient right there. Yeah, we've got a top of 5 VW, so it's 5 VW down. Now we've changed the height, that doesn't work. So let's put a 0 after the top there. That's better, and it's back to being central there. Okay, any other modifications you might want to make? You might want to make that text a bit bigger. And obviously you're going to want to change it to something that makes sense to you. So let's change it first, and it's the white text in our div at the top here. It says backlight currently. Let's say web design. Let's make it a little bit bigger, and to do that we need to add just a little bit of CSS to the BGG here. I'm just going to click on there, hit enter to go down one, and let's say font size FONTSIZE : and give it what you want. Let's say 20 pixels and semicolon, and as you can see that's grown to 20 pixels in size there. If you want it bigger, make it bigger. I think 40 will be too much. Yeah, it's way too much. Quite like that 20. Let's leave it at 20, but it's entirely up to you, obviously. Okay, pretty happy with the way that square's looking, so let's just duplicate it. So let's save this. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it by hitting the two little squares there and drag one of them over. It doesn't matter which one, they're identical. Same again. And let's go into this one. Change it. I'm using capitals for this. And do the same on this one here. Let's just change that to graphic. There we go, and we'll give our little section a dark background so our colours stand out a bit more. Going into the section, the blue tab up here, I'm going to go down to background. I'm going to give it a gradient background, the second one along there. And I'm going to make it pretty much dark grey right at the top there. Almost black, but not quite black. And actually black on the bottom, I think. There we go, we can see our sort of glowing colours there, absolutely fine. So let's just save this. So let's save our changes here. We'll exit the Visual Builder. There we go guys, that's how to create some boxes with animated glowing backgrounds. Really easy to do, and that's a great little effect to have on your site. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.